Hello, Cloud Monks. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, A Cloud Monk. My name is Sachin Singh, and today our topic is SaaS application, also known as multi-tenant application. Right? So let's proceed on this one. So, so SaaS application. So we can say SaaS stands for Software as a Service. So, software, it means a software which we are providing as a service to our client or our customer, right? So for that, what we are doing, so like in previous approach, if we were creating the applications, so in that case, we were installing those applications on the standalone, we can say machines, desktop, laptop. So those were like license based softwares, right? But when cloud comes into the picture, then company start making these SaaS based applications. So what they are doing now, so they are creating software, and they are uploading that software on the cloud, and they are basically providing that software. That software is open to like everyone, and whoever want to access that software, they can register into it and start using that software, so based on need, right? So that is why we call them software as a service. And SaaS based application basically needed because nowadays we can't basically keep laptop and desktop with us, right? So nowadays means everything is on cloud, and we can access everything from anywhere. So that is why this SaaS based application grows exponentially, because because of means huge demand in the market, right? So everyone is like now, right now means doing this creating SaaS based application. So we can create any application uh, as a SaaS based. So what we can do, we can create a HR system, and that we can create as a service. So there are a lot of application in market. We can create there are a lot of examples like Gmail service, that is also like SaaS based application. Google Drive, that is also SaaS based application. Netflix, that is also SaaS based application. Amazon Prime, Hotstar, there are a lot of examples. So basically SaaS based application is we can say subscription model, which basically we need to pay. And what we are doing, that means whatever we are using, based on our uses, we are paying the charges, right? So if we want to use for a single month, so we only need to pay for single month. And if we want to use that software for means for whole year, then we are paying for the whole year. And if we want to take the subscription for, like lifetime subscription, there are also like few SaaS based subscription. They are providing the lifetime subscription for the clients and user. So it is depend on the requirement and needs in the market. So there are a lot of SaaS based application. And so what is the how SaaS based application looks like? So let's take one example. So we have we are creating, let me create one. So we have one, so we can say this is our SaaS application. And inside this, let me, so this is our SaaS based application. And basically every previously we were using like standalone software, which is we are installing in the desktop and laptop. Then that changed to the web application, so we start creating the web application. Now after that, we start creating the cloud application. So like market is growing, uh, like in compared to the technology. So if technology is growing, then also the like we can say the different type of application is also growing, right? So previously there was only the desktop application, it then changed to the web application, then it changed to the SaaS based application, cloud based application, right? So SaaS based application is consist of it's basically based on three tier architecture, where we have we can say one is our front end, second is our back end, and third is our, we can say, data layer, right? So let me create. One is front end, and let's create second one. It's a SaaS based application, or this is backend. So front end, back end, and also third one is, we can say, the data layer, or yeah. So this is the three tier architecture application. In front end, we can create the front end with different like technologies, we have React JS, we have HTML, pure HTML, HTML5, and there are a lot of technology. From that we can create the front end, and backend we can create with some other technology, in backend also we can use JS, as well as Python we can use, and we can use other technology as well, Java, .NET, anything we can use. And for data layer, what we can use, data basically store as a DB, as a DB database layer, we can say, or we can say some file layer. So from where we need to fetch the data, so that is comes under the data layer. In front, UI comes, in backend business logic comes. So whatever business logic we are defining, that basically comes under the backend. So like that way, a SaaS based application works. So front end, from there we will like UI buttons and different calls we can make to the backend client from front end, and backend APIs will call. It will fetch the information either from data layer, or they can do some calculation, and based on that they will process the data, and they will return the data to the front end. So like that way it works. And what yeah, so this is the like three tier architecture. And in some cases, so nowadays I in like my previous video, I also explained microservice, right? So what can happen, so we can create SaaS based application in two different approach. So what we can do means, from front end, either we can in business logic, we can define business logic, and deploy that business logic as a like function, or as a lambda. So there is like in AWS, there is one concept called serverless architecture concept called lambda. So what we can do, we can define our business logic in lambda functions, and those functions we can call from API endpoints. So we can define the API gateway. So front end will call API endpoints call the lambda, and it will process the result and give to the front end. And that can basically also call the data layer. It will fetch some files information, as well as if needed to communicate to the database, it it can communicate to database and give the desired output to the front end in we can say JSON format, or any other formats, right? So there is one concept. Either we can use lambda functions for call, Or what we can use, we can also use maybe we can use microservice, independent microservice, which run in a containers. So we can create like we can create Kubernetes cluster, and there we can create multiple pods. So each microservice will run in separate pods, and execute the business logic and return the data to the front end. So there is lot of approach we can use for three tier architectures. And in the cloud, either we can use serverless concept, or we can use container based concepts. So serverless concept, we can choose when we are working on the uh, s- a single cloud. So like we need to create the application on AWS cloud for long term. In that case, we can use serverless architecture. But if we need to make our application cloud agnostic, it means in future, if need, we can change our application from SaaS, from one cloud to another cloud. In that case, what we can do, we can create our application in a like container based application. We can create that SaaS based application, we can create in containers. And in future, if needed, we can move one cloud to another cloud, right? So this is the like SaaS based application architecture and how it works. So that details I provided here. And so basically SaaS based application works, so this SaaS based application works with multi-tenant concepts. So we can say multi-tenant architecture. So in a SaaS based application, if like there are a lot of customers, 100 customer, and for each customer we are creating tenant ID, or we can say tenant code to each customer. So if I want to access this SaaS based application, for that one tenant ID will be provided to me. Tenant ID, and with this tenant id I can access this SaaS based application. So what in the cloud. And so for each customer, so tenant in SaaS based application, tenant means the single customer. Okay. So so let's take one example. Let's take Netflix example. So in Netflix, you can see means I need to register on the Netflix platform, and based on the email ID, I can log in into the Netflix and I can use it, right? And every month I am paying it as per my uses. So like every month I am using that service, and based on that I'm paying them, right? So this is one example where my email id is just representing my email id, or I can say my phone number is representing just like tenant id. And based on that phone number and email id, I can access that application. So this is one example. But in if we talk about like some corporate application, in that case if our SaaS provider provided the tenant id, based on that tenant id, what we can do, we can create multiple user. So like for single client, we can create multiple users. In Netflix also we can create like four user for single account. So like that is also possible. So in single what we are create, so with a single tenant id login account, so there will be like one email id for login. But inside the application we can create four user who can access the Netflix accounts. So that we can say through single id we can multiple user can access the SaaS based application. So this is one example. So benefit of SaaS based application is like it's more scalable, right? So means if multiple customer is coming, multiple user is accessing applications, like you can see one example, Hotstar application. So like in World Cup matches, I think reach about there were like 5 or 7 crore users who were seeing World Cup live on Hotstar. Based on like user availability, that platform can scalable scale up itself, and also down scale based on the like user is increasing and decreasing. So that is like more flexibility is there, right? So SaaS based application is more scalable, and also like cost optimized, because how much we are using, based on that we are paying to the SaaS provider. So that is also one benefit. And we don't need to take care about the infra part, infra, or we can say anything related to SaaS based application. Data layer is also handled by them, code is also handled by them, operating system is also handled by SaaS provider, and the whole infra and everything is handled by SaaS provider only. We just need to use, right? And based on the users, we just need to pay them. So that is also benefit. And we don't need to take care about the upgrades, so we don't need to focus on upgrade. So in SaaS based application, they can do the upgrades automatically by creating CI/CD pipeline in CI, and those upgrades will be happen automatically. We don't need to take care. They SaaS provider did that automation, and they will release latest version automatically, right? So that is also we don't need to take care. There are a lot of benefits. So these are the like main benefits on SaaS based application. So so because this SaaS based application is more famous, and because of that, like multiple organization for also providing different type of things as a service. So there is a like lot of examples. So we are also providing infrastructure as a service, and to them we called them IaaS, IaaS, right? IaaS. And also platform, the whole platform we are providing as a service to, and we call them PaaS, right? Database also we are providing as a service, and we call that DaaS. And also now also new concept came when we are talking about the public cloud. So in nowadays we are also providing function as a service, where we just creating single function, and that we are providing as a service. So like multiple concept came nowadays. So just what I am saying that so learn every concept in detail, and just upgrade yourself and update in as per the market needs, right? So don't be with like old technology. So in IT there is like we need to upgrade every month, right? And if we are not upgrading ourselves, then definitely we are outdated as per market, right? So like if we are in any field, like if we are doing the database operations, and we are in developer, so what we need to do, we need to upgrade ourselves so that we can live we can up to date ourselves as per the market needs. So that's it.